Hi guys, welcome back to our page. It's hashtag the Mampas. Yay! Like I said, we'll be doing a question and answer video. So yeah, here it is. I think we should start. And thank you so much for those who have sent the questions, and we'll try and answer as quickly as possible and as truthful as possible.
Yes.
Question one, it says, how did you know that he was the one you wanted to spend the rest of your life with, and how did you know that I was the one, baby?
Oh, how did I know you were the one? I just knew that she's the one. Pass next.
How? But how?
No, for me, obviously, when I met her, the thing is we met, things didn't work out. Then we met for the second time. But when we met, so between the period that we met for the first time and the second time, I just did some sort of a self introspection. Then I was praying and just asking God for guidance and everything. Then yeah, that's how it became known to me that she was
In
the
prayer.
one. Yeah. Yes.
For you.
In prayer, but prayer with prayer.
All right. So for me, I think the second time around, I think we'll share a story about how we actually met. I realize we haven't done this on the page. So, but anyway, when we met the second time around, I think 2 weeks into our relationship already, I just felt a sense of peace. There were just two characteristics that I was really looking for, and I felt that I found them, which is a God-fearing man and a friend. And I got and I got that. So I was like, oh, there's nothing more muski sharp. And yeah, so that's that. Second question, how did you know it was the right time to get married, or how did you know you were ready to get married?
When I saved enough money.
Oh, okay.
But to be honest, I mean, like, we shouldn't overlook this issue. Saving enough money for lobola, that for one should be also a contributing factor to when you knew it was
Nice.
time. But for me, honestly, like I said, when I was in that season of praying and everything, when I was praying, I didn't just pray for just a girlfriend. I was praying for more than that. So I prayed and made sure that I had an agreement with God, and I had some sort of a plan to say,
At this
God,
time.
if this is the person that you want me to spend the time, let me not waste time. Let things come fall to place in a particular duration, the duration that I had with God, and yeah. So that's how
how
it
you.
happened. Yeah.
All right. How did I know it was the right time to get married? Well, we had, I think, it's not something we spoke about, but I think we had the same thoughts about the fact that when we date, we didn't want to date for long before we got married. And yeah, when I started dating him, I just knew that how we're gonna get married soon. There's no way we're gonna wait 5 years. Those who wait 5 years, that's fine. That's what they want, but we didn't want that for us. And yeah, but I just knew as we we're dating that, you know what. And also I told him that he doesn't, I don't want him to propose within a year of our dating. And I felt that was enough time to really get to know each other and to be sure that marriage would work.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, question 3, did you have a mentor while dating? Yes, we did. I remember in 2017 when the year started, we wrote this in our vision, remember, that we wanted a mentor couple. But interesting, we were in different branches, so we didn't know the same couples, we didn't know the same people. But to cut the long story short, my pastors in my branch became our marriage mentors during our dating season. And
Marriage mentors during dating season.
oh, flip, yeah, no, our couple mentors. Yes, this thing of being married. Yes, our couple mentor while we were still dating.
And you still continue to have mentors even now.
Yeah, yes.
The
And
Makshagus, so you know.
yes. And second question on that is, did you at any point need counseling while dating?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. We had, like, I think we had sessions once a month when we were dating. So just not necessarily that it was counseling, but just once a month we just meet with them and we just talk about general issues that we encounter, and they also advise as to what are some of the challenges that we need to look forward to. So even when we were having challenges, we knew that we were somewhat prepared that we were gonna come against such challenges. Yeah.
And also, but I think there was a situation that happened that I actually called for us to meet. And but I think there was that one time, because the rest of the time we were meeting regardless whether we had an issue or not. Okay. Why did you decide to get married? I think this one we answered in the first question. What is the most romantic thing about him? Very romantic.
Yeah, you tell them.
I don't know. Honestly speaking, I don't want to lie. I don't want to sell you dreams. I'm not sure if he's the most romantic person. He really tries. Maybe he's not romantic in the most traditional sense of maybe flowers. I don't know what else being romantic. You know what you need to do, but I think
to answer the question, I'm romantic enough for her. So my romantic is enough for her.
Yeah, but he's not the most. He just does sweet things and like no, yeah. So maybe you'd classify that under romantic. I don't know. Okay, and this next question says, how and when did you introduce each other to each other's families? Well, I introduced him to my family, I think 8 months into dating. Yeah.
Which is like 4 months before we got married.
No, before we got engaged.
Before we got engaged.
Not 4 months, maybe like 7 months. No, before.
No,
it was 4 months before we turned a year. Yeah. But yeah, I introduced him 8 months. And how did I do it? I just told my dad that there's a guy that I want to bring, and I brought him home and met my mom and dad. They had a conversation. It was quite a short conversation. Yeah, and when was I introduced to your family?
Some years back. With us it was a different story because I'm originally from Limpopo, so
I'm also from Limpopo. Okay, fine. Kind of.
So with me it had to be planned that you needed to take a drive, like a 3-hour drive to Limpopo.
But babe, I met your dad the first time in July. He was here, and your mom was here in September.
Yeah, but you were talking about
going
meeting. Oh, what was your question?
When did I meet your family?
Yeah, exactly. You met my family. Not when did you meet my dad? When did you meet my mom?
Okay.
When did you meet my family?
Okay, in December.
Yeah, you met them in December. So separately, you met them because like my family, we met them different. We met my sister's family then, my mom then, my dad then. But
as a whole,
we met them in December.
Which is a year and 3 months into dating.
Yes.
But we're actually engaged at the time. He had put a ring on it at that time when I went to his family home. Yeah. Anyway, and how did you feel about it? Well, it felt right. Right? Yeah, I think that's straightforward. It really felt. I wasn't nervous. I think he was nervous to meet my parents.
Yeah, it's normal to be nervous, but the thing is, I knew her parents, but I just
didn't know
to meet them in such a way that now I'm meeting them as a boyfriend. That was a different story.
Yeah. And so yeah, and it says, how do you deal with culture differences? I think it must come up a bit. How did you deal with culture differences? As we know, I'm Tsonga and he's Pedi. So did we have any culture differences? Let's start there.
Culture difference is always going to be there. It's about specifying as to what do you expect from the other person, so that they can know how to respect your culture and honor your culture. So basically with us, we never really had a challenge as to, she knew that I'm very, she was stronger. So we always had conversations whereby she explains what Tsonga Wakongwana, how was that? Yeah. So what was the expectation? What's expected of me. So then I was explaining from my side what's expected of her. For example, when she's gonna meet my parents, she need to wear a skirt and all these things. It's just some of the expectations that I had to prepare her so that I don't just bombard her, say, okay, cool, now wear a skirt because you're going to my house, or no. So it's more or less the things that you talk about. But now we are a Pedi household, so just so you know.
You just had to put it out there.
Yeah, now we are a Pedi household, so there's no cultural differences.
Yeah.
When we were dating, the culture is different because she was stronger and I was Pedi. So now we are Pedi. We are Pedi household.
Okay. Yeah, but honestly speaking, but we didn't really have much. There's really no differences, and I think we're not as cultural. So the things we did wasn't like clash. No, I think we're kind of like brought up in similar backgrounds.
Yeah,
I think. So okay, what do you like and what do you dislike about marriage? I like waking up next to my best friend. I really like that. You know, back then we were in a dating and we'd go out somewhere on a date in a nice place, and then he drives and then he drops you home and then he goes. It doesn't happen anymore. We drive home together now. So that's what I really, really, really like about marriage. Just staying with him every day. I'm happy. What do you like about marriage?
Yeah, I like the companionship. That's something, and I like the home cooked meals.
Okay.
I love cooked meals, and I like iron clothes. By the way.
Okay. What don't you like about marriage?
What I don't like about marriage is what. Honestly, I don't have something in particular that I don't like. Cause in marriage, because you'll forever have some sort of disagreements and stuff. But that doesn't necessarily mean you don't like marriage. It's just that it's part and parcel
not
of
that
marriage.
you don't like marriage, but what about marriage? Like, what is it that comes with marriage that you like? Nah, I could do with these. You don't have anything much.
I don't have anything in particular that I could say I dislike about marriage. Yeah,
I do.
Answer. Maybe I'll get an idea from you. Are you answering?
I do. I think, you know, when we fight or when we argue at night, the fact that I can't just go to my mom at home and I have to stay here and sleep in the same bed with you when I'm upset, I think that's the only thing I don't like. The fact that you can't go anywhere. You must just stay there. You can't even sleep in another room. You must stay there. Like, that's the only thing I don't like. So anyway,
then for me that's not.
Next question is, how do you create a wedding list when your family wants 1 million people and when you want something smaller and intimate?
Okay, from my view, how I think it happened is that she made a list.
No, but this person not asking about specifically us, but she's just
how we came about it.
Okay.
I made a list of my friends, my family, my people, like
your people.
Everyone, my people. Then she makes a list of her people. Then we look at our budget of the wedding to say our budget is X. So, and we look at the list is like a long list. Then now we start looking at how close you are to those people. Then start chopping it down like that. Then also another thing, not necessarily that chopping. If we are chopping first day of the wedding, that means you are invited to the second day. So it's not necessarily that you're not gonna be that's
and my advice would be have a wedding during the during the week. I think it really helps. We had a wedding on the Friday and Saturday, but the Friday one was the one we wanted less people. So try have a wedding during the week. And I understand that there's certain families that, you know, want to invite the whole clan, want to invite everyone, and it'll be difficult. But I think you need to sit your family down and your husband
depends also on your budget. The thing about number of people solely depends on your budget. No, if you have a budget for a bigger venue, you don't need to worry about the number of people that are coming.
But what if you even if there's what if you want, like, let's just say 100 people?
Don't invite them. That's it.
But what if your family wants to invite the whole clan?
Yeah, then that's when you include the day 1 and day 2. So you can have like something intimate as like where you can have it like that, but give your family a chance to say, even if it's not exactly that same weekend that you're having your wedding, maybe 6 months down the line, have something at home whereby the family can also have that piece of bringing everybody into one place. So
really?
Yeah, so you can just plan it. You don't need to plan it the same time that you want your intimate wedding. Get married, see how your budget, how you're adjusting to the budgets and stuff. Then you can.
So, but what if your family says, we will pay for all these people we want? Because I think the tricky part is that.
That's the thing. Then it's a conversation you need to have with your family.
Yeah, to say, this is not what I want. Like, I understand it's not just my wedding, it's a family wedding, but this is not just what I wanted, something small. And also your family needs to understand that not everyone, your neighbors you haven't seen in the past 30 years, they want to bring, they also need to, you know, bring those who are really important. The last thing you want in your wedding is to look on the side and the people you see, you don't even know all of them. That's difficult. But anyway, next question. How many kids are you planning on having, and are you planning on having any soon? Depends on your definition of soon.
I'll give it to answer because my answer, she won't like my answer.
Well, it depends on your definition of soon. We do want to have kids and we do want to have, I think 3 is fine, but 3 will be dependent on the 2. And the 2 will be dependent on the 1. Okay, but we don't want to have like 1 child. We don't want our baby to have like, to be the only child. But I think 2 first, and then when we realize finances are good and our time is okay, we can add the 3rd one. But I think maximum for me, personally, is 3. And we are planning on having a child. It's just like I said, definition of soon, whether soon is this year, next year, the other year, in 3 years time. No, as the Lord wills.
Yes.
And okay, this one I think I'm gonna ask you, baby. Do you do Lala all household related duties and chores?
Do I?
Lala, she's asking me.
Uh-huh.
Do I do all household related duties, or do we have like, you do this in the house, I did this in the house?
No, we don't have a setup of this what you do, this what, but we just share responsibility. Sometimes I become a typical man and just sit and don't do anything. So that's when she does everything. But most of the times I try my best. If she cooks, I try wash the dishes. If once in a while or that
he irons.
Exactly, I try ironing then.
Maybe it's actually the first time you actually ironed ever since you got married. Like, you ironed a lot.
Yeah, so that's the thing about it. It's just about sharing responsibilities. Because the thing about it, you, as a guy, you need to also look at the advantages of that. If she's always tired, then you guys are not going to be happy. So try and assist her, then she doesn't get tired. Yeah.
It's a good one, baby. Okay, our next question says, what's your take on couples who want to start a business together? Do you think it's strenuous on a marriage? I think on this one, your marriage and relationship needs to be strong. I think it's great to work together. I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world, but I really think your marriage and relationship needs to be very strong, and you must be comfortable so that it can show also at work, because you can't work together at home. What more at work? And the second thing I think you should do is to define roles at work. To say, at work I'm the MD, at work you're the CEO. This is exactly your roles, this is my roles, and whatever happens at work stays at work. Once we get into the house, we are married now, we are no more, I think, but we're not in business together, so I wouldn't know.
We're not?
Well, we are, but still starting. All right, what do you have to say, babe?
No, I mean, she answered well, but what I would encourage for me is, it's you like, there should always be that business that you have as a family. One might not be fully invested in it or whatever, but there should always be that one thing that you
together.
Yeah, you own together. Because I feel like one way or another, you just need to learn to work together in business outside of marriage and everything. That's a skill that one needs to know, because there's one way or another you'll end up owning a business whereby you'll want everybody to be involved in the business, so you'll need to learn that skill as you go. But we're not saying it's a bad thing to have separate businesses. Have that, but it's always good to have that common business that brings everybody together. Yeah,
probably even your kids one day.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, next question says, when did you start praying together? Okay, let me just combine it with this one. When did you start praying together? And do you still do, now that we're married? And how often do we pray together? We started praying together the first time we started dating in 2015. I remember I was in Bloem and he was here in Joburg, and on the phone every single morning would have devotions together. So it started back then. I think like in a week of dating, already we were like deep into praying together. And next question, do we still pray together?
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah,
we do. So every day, we don't miss a day. Every day we pray together. So
every morning and every night.
Yeah. So that basically every day. So to answer the question, yes, every day praying together doesn't stop. Yeah. We both have our separate times whereby you pray on your own and everything, but we do every day. We do make time to pray together.
Yeah. All right. And Thursdays are our devoted prayer day
and fasting.
Prayer and fasting day. So, just the two of us.
Yes.
Yes, okay. And almost there. Ooh, when did you start talking about finances while dating, and how did you work around that? I think we're also gonna post a video on the page about this because that's my favorite thing to talk about. Money.
Putting a nails in my money.
Yes. So yeah. When did you start talking about money?
And that was like a few, probably I think it was a few months into dating.
Yeah, when you started working.
Yeah, so a few months into dating, that's when we.
And how did we?
Like honestly, I don't remember how it happened, but
I know how it happened.
Okay,
because like I said, it's my favorite thing to do. Money. I think it really helped the fact that when we started dating, you were not working. So when you got a job
on that period, I was not working when we met. So
yes, that's not like when
it's not like I said,
when we started dating, you were not. When we started, I didn't say you were never working. Oh, man, babe. Anyway, my point is, baby, okay. My point is, when you did get the job, it opened a conversation about so how much are they offering? Like. Anyway, that was the point I was trying to get at. Okay. That's the reason why we started talking about money while we're still dating, because it was like that. And then I got a job as well. Then I also shared, and then that was it. That's how we started. And how did it go? It didn't go as well in the beginning because I thought I was trying to control his money, and really that was not the case, guys. I really had passion and I really had a vision when it comes to this money thing. And yeah, but thank God for marriage that we are flowing in this money thing. Yeah, and we don't fight about money. No, we've never fought about money since we got married.
We'll never fought about money.
Definitely not. And this is a question about budgeting. Do we go 50-50 or our money together all in one basket?
It's one basket.
Yeah, no,
that's what works for us. What works for us is one basket. And one thing that most people might not understand to say, how do you now save in on the side or whatever? It's one basket, then you have allowance on that one basket. So if you need to save something on the side that you want to surprise, then you can, from your allowance, you can do that on the side. And we have visibility to most accounts, but there's always one account each that one doesn't have visibility of. So
yeah, but this is not to have a separate family on the side. This is just for if he wants to surprise me and
to keep the spark going.
So that I mustn't always see, and he mustn't always see what we're playing for each other. But we don't have 50-50. Literally one basket. We have one budget. I bring this, you bring this. This is how much we have as a family. These are our expenses as a family, and this is what's left. And we divide that evenly. That's your allowance, that's my allowance. And that's that. But like I said, we'll do a separate video for this one. And last question, how is our marriage experience? Like, how is marriage at this current moment?
Awesome.
Yeah, we were having a conversation about it actually, I think a few days ago. That I think like things have changed. But things have changed for the better. Like, I feel like we're more matured in our marriage. We don't fight like a lot. We don't argue. Like, I don't know. There's just found a way of working. And not that we fought a lot. Also, last year at this time, we were just happy, man. We were like, everything was just like flying. Now
things are getting real, you know. Like, now stuff is getting real. Now you're starting to see these things that annoys you.
Yeah.
Some things you're just overlooking because you're just excited about being married.
Yeah. Now, dealing things hardcore. Where was I going? Yeah, but I think the experience is great. I don't want to lie.
It's an awesome experience.
I do not miss my single life at all. I love being married and best friend right here. Here's the man.
Yeah.
You know, but the marriage experience, well, personally for me, I think it's great.
Yeah, it's great. I concur. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's really nothing much to add. I mean, like, can see that one didn't glow.
Guys, I did my face. Woo, on that note.
Wow.
Guys, all right, thank you so much for the questions. I hope you learned something. If you didn't understand anything, I think you can comment or send us a DM,
And suggest also what other topics you'd want us to tackle as a young married couple.
Because we just got a year and 4 months into marriage.
Yeah, so
it doesn't feel that way.
Still fairly young. So if there's something that maybe you still
you want us to talk about, then please let us know. Like we said, we're gonna discuss finances. We'll do a video on that one day. We'll also do a video about how we met and how we proposed. And please do send those DMs, send those comments. And love you guys, and bye. And stay safe during this lockdown, guys. Stay at home.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Cough like this. Stay at home and stay safe.
Yeah, keep.
There's no distance here. Die together. All right, bye, guys.
Yes.